All right, so Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, everyone. All my dear students here in biology, we are going to deal with part 3, and the topic is human digestive system. In this part, we are going to find out that what happens in oral cavity or digestion of food in oral cavity. Okay. So how is food digested in oral cavity? As we know that there are 3 structures in oral cavity: teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. These 3 structures in our oral cavity are playing their part. What is the function of teeth? Teeth are actually hard structures. If we talk about teeth, then teeth are actually hard structures, and these are found embedded in jaws. So teeth are embedded in jaws. There are 2 jaws, upper jaw and lower jaw. Okay. So in upper jaw and lower jaw, we have 16 teeth. 16 teeth in the upper jaw and 16 teeth average in the lower jaw. So in total, we are having 32 teeth set, which are actually found in an adult's oral cavity. Okay. So teeth are actually we can say that this is the part of tooth. We can see this is the crown part. Okay. This is the gum. Okay. And this is the crown part of teeth, which is actually used to masticate, to chew, and to grind the food. Okay. So there are 4 types of teeth in our oral cavity, which are incisors, used for biting; canines, which are pointed and they are used to tear up the things; and premolars, which are comparatively broader; and molars. These premolars and molars chew for chewing purpose, chewing teeth, and we can grind the food with the help of premolars and molars. We use to bite. These are biting teeth, and canines can be used to tear the flesh or any hard object. So teeth play a very important role in our oral cavity because teeth are actually performing a grinding action on the food. So whatever we are taking in as food, that is ground by the teeth from the right side, from the left side, and tongue helps us to grind the food effectively. What happens during grinding of food in oral cavity? The tongue also plays in, and the tongue plays a very important function in manipulation of food, because tongue helps the food to move from right to left and left to right. It helps in mastication of food. Okay. Tongue also helps in salivary, in mixing of saliva. Okay. Salivary amylase is able to work. Okay. Mastication of food, it mixes the food with saliva, and the enzyme which is present in saliva is salivary amylase, which acts upon the carbohydrates to be digested. Right. Another function of tongue is the sense of taste. So whatever we are taking in is tasted by our tongue because it contains taste buds. These taste buds will provide four types of taste buds are found that we can taste if it is sour, if it is salty, if it is bitter, or it is sweet. Okay. So these 4 tastes can be sensed by the taste buds, which are found in the tongue. So all these are the functions of tongue, which is found in our oral cavity. Now let's discuss about the functions of salivary glands. What are salivary glands? Salivary glands are the structures which are found in oral cavity, and salivary glands are actually the glands which secrete saliva. What does saliva contain? Saliva contains some lysozymes and it contains mucus. And the very important part it contains is called salivary amylase enzyme, which is actually able to digest the carbohydrates. So salivary amylase is the enzyme which starts digestion of complex carbohydrates. Okay, these complex carbohydrates, and these are broken down to maltose, which is less complex carbohydrate. Okay, so this is really very important. Another function of saliva, these lysozymes will destroy the bacteria, destroy or kill bacteria or germs if it is found in the food. And this mucus is helping in softening the food. The moisture in the saliva is due to the presence of this mucus. This is water-like substance and it softens the food. And whenever the food leaves the oral cavity, it leaves in the form of bolus. Okay, so if it is leaving when the food is leaving from the oral cavity, it is found in this form. This is called bolus. It will move to the esophagus. Okay, and this bolus is semi-solid. This bolus is the ball of semi-solid food, okay, which is now acted upon by the structures in oral cavity. If it is clear, we are moving towards the next part, which is esophagus. What is the role of esophagus in human digestive system? So esophagus is just a narrow tube. This is a narrow tube which connects the oral cavity with the stomach. As you can see that this tube is actually esophagus. Okay, this is esophagus and this is pharynx. When the food is swallowed into the esophagus, what happens? The esophagus contains walls, the muscles in its walls, and the muscles in its walls will be contracted and relaxed. It contains two types of muscles in its walls, the circular muscles and longitudinal muscles. So whenever the circular muscles and longitudinal muscles will contract in a form alternate rhythm, the bolus will be pushed down. From here, the bolus will be pushed to the next region, the next part, and from here to the next part. In this way, the bolus enters the stomach. Okay, so esophagus is a narrow muscular tube, okay, and rhythmic contractions and relaxations of walls of esophagus is called peristalsis. This movement is called peristalsis. Okay, so through peristaltic movements, the bolus is pushed down to the stomach so that the food can further be digested. Okay, so whenever this peristaltic movement is reversed in the form of vomiting, this vomiting is actually due to anti-peristalsis. When this peristalsis reverses its direction, so anti-peristalsis, this is the reverse directed peristalsis, due to which the stomach contents are vomited out or emitted out through the mouth. Okay. Thank you so much. If you have got any benefit from this video, you can share it with your friends and you can like and comment as well. Thank you. In the next part, we are going to discuss how digestion occurs in stomach.